Okay, today we're going to do something a little silly and fun, and we're going to explore why medieval babies look like little men. And I'm going to actually edit this image to make it actually look like a baby so you can see what parts of the face are contributing to that sensation.
All right, so the very first thing that makes us look like a man instead of a baby is the hairline. And I will say that my son actually was born with a full head of hair, but it balded in almost this same exact pattern. However, his hair was much thinner. And so I think there's something about it being so thick that makes it look quite adult. Plus, I don't know if you've ever seen those videos where a guy gets a toupee and he will literally look 15 to 20 years younger. So there's a degree of if you're adding a feature that is commonly associated with a person of a certain age, it will automatically make us think that person is that age unless there's a lot of other key features being shown that tell us otherwise. So like Boss Baby for DreamWorks could have a baby head that was balding, but he has so much cute features that we still kind of believe that he's just kind of like a balding baby. Okay, so the next thing I'm gonna do is play with the proportions. So one thing that happens as you age, I'm so sorry, your nose will grow and get longer. So one thing I'm gonna do is try and change the proportions up. And okay, I grabbed this kind of funny. So actually I'm gonna select this again and duplicate it instead so that it's a little easier to edit. But when the nose and the mouth, and honestly, I'll fix this later, but the jaw are closer to the eyes, that sort of area is a little bit more compressed, it will make us feel like it's more of a baby. So that's what that looks like. And then the other thing is that babies have a lot of what we call baby fat, and so they tend to look a little more round. So now some babies do have very distinct bone structure. Don't come at me, but we're trying to make this look as much as a baby as we can. So I'm going to go ahead and soften up some of these features, including the jaw and his nose and even his lips a little bit. And here's what that looks like before and after. The hairline always gets me. But yeah, seeing that we're definitely make some good changes here. Definitely looking more like a baby. And then, okay, this is just for fun. This is a little bit like not what we were originally talking about. But I was curious what would happen if we made his expression a little bit more friendly. This is really just for cuteness, not necessarily to make it look more like a baby. But what I'm gonna do is change the shape of the eyebrow so that it lifts up and instead of sort of furrowed and down, and then also open up the mouth just a little bit to like a little bit of a smile to see if we can make a friendly, charming baby versus a grumpy old man. I'm sure you'll let me know how I did in the comments, and if you'd like me to critique your work, come join me on Patreon and check out my courses.